Here we go.
I'm good right here.
That's not this type of show. A little late getting out of here. Hello, Ahmed. Hi, everybody. Oh, the fun we have. Look at Wednesday, everybody. Hello. Welcome. That's right. Welcome to the show, everybody. Look. Thank you. All the other stations have political stuff going on. Not here, everybody. It's fun for an hour. Let's get started by saying hello to my good friend, audience. Give it up for Kendall, everybody. Hello.
Hi.
How you doing?
Oh, good morning. I'm so happy we're not doing anything political either.
We don't. I got to tell you, I'm so glad that this show was just an hour of fun. I mean, just a good escape for 52 minutes without commercials. So
Right.
Today's going to be one of those days. How you doing? Are you doing well? You doing good?
I'm doing really well. I hear you had a pretty eventful night last night, though, right?
I did. It was one of those things. Audience, are you like me when I went to bed on Sunday and I thought, I have an easy week, don't have a lot going on? No, I lied to myself. I have something every night this week. And yesterday I was thrilled. I was asked to do a brand new event called Savor the Flavor, and you're looking at it right now at the Aria in downtown Minneapolis. Fun event with music and art, and it highlights and raised money for two charities that I admit I was not familiar with, but now I am, and I'm thrilled to tell you about it. I love to spotlight good local charities. The first is Northside Boxing. We are raising money for them, and Northside is a nonprofit boxing gym that provides boxing classes to low-income families, to kids, sometimes even homeless children. And listen to this, at the end of the day, at the end of the class, some fancy restaurants provide meals to these children. Like Bar La Grassa, Birch Steakhouse. Ryan Burnett, a friend of mine, owns those, and this means a lot to him. And I just think that's great. The kids get to box and learn about sportsmanship and life, and then they get a much-needed meal. So Northside Boxing. And then Kids Cafe at Perspectives, another great one. My buddy Sue Zellickson is a big hero of this organization, also helping low-income families and teaching kids about nutrition. And, there's nothing more fundamental, really, than food and eating and getting and having the opportunity to eat. And it teaches kids about how to make your own meals, how to make nutritious meals. And it's a commercial kitchen that's donated to help these kids. So Kids Cafe at Perspectives and Northside Boxing, two great organizations. So thank you to them, and thanks for having me. Thanks to US Foods for having me. They asked me to be there, and it was a good time. And you can see more video on my Instagram account. Just search for Jason Matheson. One more thing, too. We've been doing spring training. Before we go, I want to send a shout-out. Executive producer Jeff was telling me we've gotten some good emails. Spring training, about 2-3 months ago, I made a commitment to get healthier. I've been working out like a fiend. I'm on a treadmill like a little gay hamster. And, and good visual, isn't it, audience?
So
good. So I'm working out, and I'm trying to get healthy, and so we started spring training with Jace, and a lot of you are working out with me, and thanks for sending the messages. And I told you about the smoothie that trainer Galen gave me, because I said, breakfast is hard. I know all of you guys are busy. Breakfast is hard to be consistent for me. And he goes, well, here's a smoothie recipe that has helped me. So many people have tried the smoothie, and we got, right before we went on the air, another woman sent an email saying, that smoothie has changed my routine. And it makes me full. It's nutritious, just bananas, blueberries, some spinach, some protein powder, ice, and I'm forgetting one thing.
Peanut butter.
Oh, peanut butter. A little bit of, natural peanut butter. Yeah, natural peanut butter. Yeah, Galen, I know. Galen slapped me. He goes, don't get that sugar-filled peanut butter. Yeah, natural peanut butter. So if you want the recipe, look in the video section of our Facebook page. and look for the Galen segment. So yeah, it's just that smoothie girl, have it every day. It changed my life. So thanks for the comments and thanks for working out with me. Let's get started, everybody. It's time for the hot dish. Here we go. I have double the water here. If anyone would like a water, I'm here for you. You guys are going to love this. We started with this because it's fun and we need it because it's dreary outside. Ellen had quite the nightmare over the weekend when she went to a new hair colorist. Okay? Things went bad. Really bad. Look at this.
It's called a bleach and tone, and the old bleach and tone is something that takes hours and hours to do. And after it was finished, of 2.5, maybe, hours, I looked at it in the mirror and I was like, this is not good. And so the person said, well, let me try it again. And they tried it again. And then we were running out of time. And they're like, it'll rinse out. Every time you shampoo, it'll get better. Because it was basically many colors. I couldn't even pinpoint what color it was. It was like orange and pink and purple. And I had the pride flag on my head. And I was like, Portia, I got to get my hair done before I go back to work. And she's like, it's not that bad. I said, no, it's horrible. And she said, it's not. And then finally I convinced some people to come to my house to fix it. And I told her, and she goes, oh, thank God, it was horrible.
So, audience, come back to the TV. Look at this. So this is them washing it and washing it and washing it, trying to get it out. I mean, strand by strand. Look at that. Ellen said when she had her people try to fix her hair, they had to rub her hair to warm it because it was so damaged. They couldn't put heat on it, everyone. They couldn't. And now apparently she's not allowed to touch or wash it for a long time. Can you imagine? Like, seriously, it's not a joke. She can't, the hairstylist, well, Oprah always tells the story of, and we're going to be talking about Oprah, fascinating interview with Oprah a little bit later. But Oprah tells a famous story that her first news director, her first job in TV, the boss didn't like her hair. He wanted her to straighten it out. So she went to go get a perm. And a perm for an African-American woman's hair is it's difficult on the hair. It all fell out. It all fell out. So she was like, now the news director had a bald black woman. She said, yeah. That's her words, not mine, yeah. But she tells that story all the time. She goes, well, they wanted it. Now I'm bald. So ooh, have you ever had a hair Oh, no, you haven't had a hair disaster. Tell everyone the disaster you had real quick before we move on.
I don't let anybody touch my hair other than my friend Lexi Singleton. I'm like, nobody touch, because that can happen to people.
Yeah.
Yeah, she watches the show. Hey, girl.
Hey, girl.
Someone waxed off like the very inside part of my eyebrow once, and it never fully grew back. This was like over a decade ago. I went into a random girl, and that's why I'm like, no one touches my face, my hair, anything.
So you have to fill it in every day, right?
I do, like little baby
Leo,
hairs.
do a big close-up in her eyebrow. I'm kidding.
Leo, don't do that.
Leo would never do that.
No, so I have to, for years, have to kind of pencil it in there, and it's like baby growing back. This was over a decade ago.
Oh, my God. Yeah, I don't let anyone touch my Fisher-Price hair but Mermaid, the woman that cuts my hair. Her real name's Kara from the Great Clips in Wyzetta, but I call her Mermaid because she believes in mermaids. And I just, anyway. Next on the dish, Season 6. Season 6 of Empire is coming back, but will do so without Jussie Smollett, at least for a while. Fox, the FOX, issued a statement saying the two sides negotiated. Now, this is confusing. The two sides negotiated an extension to Jussie's option on the contract, but there are no plans for the character of Jamal to return. What? So you negotiated an extension of his contract, but his character's not coming back. Whatever. That could mean the network is playing a wait-and-see game to see how the civil case between the city of Chicago and Jussie plays out. Because remember, Chicago is suing his butt. The city is suing the actor for costs of the investigation into his alleged attack. My take on this is I am shocked. There's such solidarity on that cast with Taraji, with Terrence Howard. I am shocked that they came back without him. I could see, Terrence don't play. He doesn't play. I could see Terrence going, I'm done. If you're not going to have him, we're done. So maybe this is also a face-saving game. They're going to still, because they have to pay Jussie.
Right.
So maybe this is making all sides happy. They get to distance themselves from him, but they still have to pay him.
Maybe. I mean, I think that you're right. They're going to kind of placate, like they're people. They're gonna make them happy, but they're
Yeah.
also gonna be like, no, we're not bringing him back.
No, we're not bringing. He's not. He's not coming
done.
back. And this is season 6. It was renewed. How many more seasons? You know what I mean? It was really good in season 1, but then the sophomore curse. I'm telling you, TV producers, stop freaking out on your season 2s. If we like your show in season 1, don't go adding 80,000 guest stars. Don't go get like Shelley Long and you know what I mean, and Abe Vigoda.
Happens to so many shows like that. You're like, this was so good, and you watch the first season, and you watch the second season, and you're like, what happened?
I know. Well, because producers want to keep topping themselves, but we're still getting to know they're your core characters. We don't need Mariah Carey in season 2. Yeah. Next on the dish, if you want Pete Davidson from SNL to perform at your comedy club, don't joke about his relationship troubles. Pete apparently bailed on a gig in Connecticut this week after the club owner referenced his failed relationships to Ariana Grande Latte and Kate Beckinsale in his intro. So he's like, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Pete Davidson, who has dated a lot of women lately. And then, so this is video from TMZ. The club owner said he was warning the crowd not to heckle Pete about Ariana and Kate, which he and Pete had agreed to beforehand. Pete posted a video immediately after saying he will do a free show in Connecticut at a later date, but the crowd did not seem happy with that offer. No, I mean, what the old showbiz, the show has to go on. It's not the audience's fault that the owner made that joke. Those people paid money to come see you. I mean, you know, executive producer Jeff makes fun of me every day, but I'm here for these people. You know what I mean? That's right. No, Jeff is nothing but supportive every single day, except on Wednesdays. We have a lot more to come, everybody. We'll be back right after this. Stay with us. Coming up, buyer beware. New homeowners get more than they bargained for in the new movie, The Intruder, which stars our first guest today, the great Dennis Quaid. He'll join us live in just a minute. Then we're off to the races. 'Tis the season at Canterbury. Meet 2 of the park's top jockeys and find out the sacrifices they make to stay at the top of their game. And parents, Christopher Straub is back with another great craft idea you can do with the kiddos. So, grab another bagel, another English muffin, maybe a mimosa, and meet me back here in just a minute.
And my main concern, once I heard this story, was not to glamorize what Ted Bundy did. He is a horrible person, and was a horrible person. Rest in whatever. Like, he's not a good dude. So I was very concerned that, you know, we've all seen Psycho, like the movie that like is the dramatic jump and look, now I'm a serious actor, right? Like, yeah, blood, guts, I'm crazy, oh, now I'm a good actor. And, you know, sorry, Christian Bale, that's not what happened. You're really good.
American Psycho. Okay, I think you meant Psycho.
No, sorry, I'm thinking American Psycho.
Right, yeah, okay.
And I'm sorry, Christian Bale, now for 2 things. This announcement and American Psycho.
Way to go, Zach. Welcome back. Zac Efron and Kimmel last night talking about his new role as Ted Bundy in Extremely Wicked, Shockingly Evil, and Vile, which debuts on Netflix on Friday. Zach, I love you. That's, you know, there's no denying. I think even Charlton Heston would say he's a good-looking man, but what's up with that horror? I mean, what's up? I don't like that. I don't like this new trend of the bleached blonde. I don't like that. Zach also visited Ellen yesterday, and this is so sweet. As a kid that loves, I don't have him anymore, as a kid who loves his grandma and his papa, this is great. Zach got emotional about his grandma, who died just a few days ago. Look at this.
My grandma would show up every day to like different, where you could buy Tiger Beat, Teen Beat.
Your grandmother would?
Yeah.
She'd buy your magazine?
And she would cut them out and she would make those posters.
Oh.
And so every time I come to the house, as I got older and older, there were just more and more. And then I started to realize behind them, there were actually, if you like lifted up, there was actually more posters.
Yeah.
And so one day I just went and I wrote, like, to Grandma, I love you on all of them, and she hung them all over the house.
That's so sweet.
Sweet. The picture in the background was taken at his grandpa's 91st 1st birthday. Yeah, if you come see me here in the studio audience, I always spend a lot of time with the audience afterwards answering questions, and I always tell a story about my grandma, because none of this would be here. I wouldn't have this show without my grandma Mazak. Well, there's There's a new psychological thriller hitting theaters this weekend that will have you on the edge of your seat. Here's a clip from The Intruder.
You really want this place, don't you?
I do.
Welcome to Foxglove. I'm Charlie Peck.
This view is beautiful.
It's the only house I ever lived in.
Nice looking family. We always had a lot of love here.
This house is yours now.
We'll take good care of her.
I'm gonna hold you to that.
Have a good time in Florida, buddy.
You're not gonna believe this. Charlie is outside cutting the grass.
What?
Did you just get this out of the garage?
That's right, keep it.
Something is really off with that guy.
Hey, Scott. Hello. Hey, stop drilling holes in my house.
It's not your house.
I get the feeling, audience, Charlie ain't nice. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for our first guest, Dennis Quaid, everybody. Hey. Dennis, Charlie seems like he may have a few issues, my friend.
Yeah, I think he needs to see somebody. He needs some help. Yeah.
Okay, so tell me a little bit.
But is a delicious character.
Yeah, how do you fit into this? You're the previous owner, right, Dennis?
Right. This house has been in Charlie's family for 3 generations, and reluctantly he has to sell it. Very particular about who he sells it to. And this couple should have gotten themselves a real estate agent. Never for sale by owner. Just forewarned out there. And but he sells the house to them, and he just doesn't want to leave.
Yeah, he's mowing. I mean, for heaven's sake, he's still mowing the lawn, Dennis. I mean,
yeah. Well, somebody's got to.
Exactly. Is it?
Can't let that get out of control, man.
Okay, it's the old cliche, Dennis. It's fun to play bad. Is it? Do you enjoy playing a slightly off-kilter character?
Yeah, it was delicious to play this guy. You know, it's a suspense thriller rather than like a horror movie. But I think the reason they chose me is because usually I'm the warm and fuzzy, I'm the Parent Trap dad. You know what I mean? And which indeed you think he is for about the first 20 minutes. And then he goes a little psycho.
Just a little. Speaking of
a little bit.
Speaking of the Parent Trap, you haven't aged since then. What kind of skin cream are you using, Dennis?
Yes. Funny you should bring that up, Jason, because it's all about hydration and lotions.
Dennis, that's my favorite quote from a guest from the past month. That is fantastic.
Wow, I'm glad I made the list.
What are you working on now? Now you're doing this, you're going to do press for The Intruder. What's coming up next for you?
I got a bunch of stuff. I just did a Goliath Billy Bob series on Amazon. I did the 3rd season of that, and I'm getting ready to start a 3-camera live-action sitcom for Netflix. Which I've never done before, called Merry Happy Whatever.
Oh, that's a great title. Oh, I can't wait for that. Mm-hmm. Well, continued success.
We're gonna.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I can't wait for that. I mean, everyone's going to Netflix, including Dennis Quaid. I love that.
It's a good place to be.
Absolutely. Dennis Quaid, everybody, thank you so much. The Intruder hits theaters on Friday. Oh, I like a good movie like that. Just he's like in the basement. Like he just is living in the basement. It's like, check your house before you move. You know what I mean? I don't know. Still ahead, everybody, we head out to Roseville where Shane is visiting. I've been talking about this forever. There's an aquarium now in Rosedale Center. You'll see it. And later, the Kentucky Derby is this weekend, and that means racing gets underway at Canterbury Park in just 2 days. We're chatting live in studio with 2 of their top jockeys. We'll be right back, everybody. Back in a moment. Well, we've all seen seen the trend of malls adding more entertainment options to attract people. I mean, department stores are turning into like event centers. This weekend, a new interactive aquarium and animal experience opens inside Rosedale Center in Roseville. It's crazy. Shane, our buddy Shane, has given us a sneak peek at Seaquest Aquarium.
I know when it comes to waking up a Jason Matheson, it takes something like saying the word bingo or vodka drink. But for Flash the Sloth, just a blueberry will do the trick. And that's what we're trying to do right now, just to stir Flash. We're at Seaquest. It's the new aquarium that's opening up on Friday at Rosedale Center. Has a lot more than just sea life, as you can tell here. Joey Mazzola is a good friend of Flash's here. You want to tell us a little bit about him?
Yeah, so Flash is a two-toed sloth that you can see here with the two little digits here. They're an amazing species found in Central and South America. And you can see he loves his blueberries. They're an herbivore. He eats dark leafy greens, and we offer fruit on occasion. You can see he's just heating them up.
Yeah, we had to stir him earlier. It was the fastest moving sloth I've ever seen. That doesn't say a whole lot, but bananas got him going. And then it was so much work. He's been curled up and resting on the heat lamp here for the rest of the time that we've been here. So now just trying to reawaken him with one of his favorite treats, which is apparently, as you can see, blueberries. And Jason, guess what? I spoke to Dex and Mr. Big this morning, and they said they are interested in having a sloth sibling. So you might want to work on that.
I will work on that. That's the audience. That's the life, right? I mean, if there is reincarnation, I think I want to come back as a sloth. You know what I mean? You just, yeah. You sit, you wake up, you sit on a limb, some guy feeds you grapes. Or a woman, you know what I mean? And then you go to bed, and then rinse and repeat. I mean, you know what I mean? Give me a VCR and some Dallas VHS tapes, I'm set. You know what I mean? Go see them at Rosedale Center, everybody. Still ahead, two of the best jockeys at Canterbury Park are here, talking about the new racing season in jockey and what life as a jockey is like. It is fascinating. And then, tie-dye is in again. And Christopher Straub, he's always hip. He's going to show us some techniques on how to do it at home with the kiddos. We'll be right back, everybody. Stay with us. Welcome back, everybody. Racing gets underway at Canterbury on Friday night. And that means our next guest will be putting in a lot of miles of the track over the next several months. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for jockeys Rye Eichelberry and Lori Keith. Hey, guys. Rye, correct me, you rank as one of the top 10 wins, all-time wins at Canterbury. Is that right?
I guess so. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Are, Rye. Just trust me on that one. Yeah. Now, the show came out there, went out to Canterbury last season. I'm fascinated. I was talking about the sacrifices that you have to make to stay at the top of your game. What is the toughest sacrifice for you in as your eyebrows raised? I mean, is it food? Like you're very...
Oh, yeah, I'm 5'9", so food, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like if you go out with the fam and they're all at the Pizza Hut,
I probably eat out a couple times a year.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Seriously, because you have to maintain, for people you have to maintain a certain weight, right?
Yeah.
And correct me if I'm wrong, it's even harder for you because you are taller than most jockeys, right?
Yeah, taller you are, obviously, naturally, the more you weigh. So.
Rye, do you know what's the average height of a...
5'2", 5'3".
5'2", 5'3"?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, oh, okay. Well, yeah, there's no Pizza Hut nights for you very often, no. What do you, I mean, if you don't mind me asking, because this is just fascinating to me, give me like a tip, what's a typical meal for you?
You know, I'm high protein, low carb, and my wife sells products for a company called Arbonne that does a lot of nutrition products. So, you know, salad, fish, and then maybe a fit chew they sell after would be a typical meal. So.
Oh, that sounds very exciting. That sounds great. I would like to come over in your house and eat sometime. That sounds great, yeah. Lori, let me turn to you. What is it like? I mean, when I think of, maybe unfairly so, when I think of this sport, I think of being male-dominated. What is it like being a woman in this sport?
I think it is male-dominated, but there's been so many fantastic women before me that paved the way, that I'm not sure there's so much of a stigma
anymore
now in 2019 as there was in
even 10 years ago.
Right. Yeah. Some women before have broken those barriers and proved that.
Have you always wanted to do this?
Horses, yes.
Yeah, horses.
Yeah. I grew up with horses, and there was horse racing down the road, so from where I lived, so it was kind of like a paid hobby.
Yeah. What I was talking with Rye about sacrifices. What's the hardest thing for you getting prepared for the season? Is there a sacrifice that is difficult for you?
I'm a lot luckier than Rye in the fact of I'm smaller.
Yeah.
I think women are probably generally lighter. And I'm naturally around 114, so I'm lucky with food.
Yes. Oh.
I am able to eat, yes.
Can you transfer some of the energy over to me, please? I mean, seriously. How long does it take? You said you've been doing this for a while. Right, how long did it take for you to train to be good enough that you are now top 10? I mean, how long was your training?
Well, it's all a journey. Some people start off with a bang. I did well as we call it an apprenticeship. Your first year of riding, I won about 80 races, which is
good.
Good. But I mean, there's better. So it all just depends. It took me 6 years at Canterbury until I was leading thoroughbred rider. So it's definitely a process. So.
Lori, the life on the road, you travel a lot. What's your schedule like?
Yeah, I think probably when you're talking about sacrifices, I mean, that's a sacrifice also, you're traveling, you're moving. Now I'm based in Oklahoma for majority, which is really nice. So I come here with my fiance who trains for the summer in Minnesota, so.
Is and again, because I'm a novice at this, yet equally fascinated, is it like baseball, like a baseball field or a football field where if players come to target field, there's a different feel of the grass, and some players like playing. Is each track different? And how so?
Oh, absolutely.
I would say so, yeah.
Is it the dirt?
Most of them are round.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah. No, but thank you, Lori. I do know that.
But not even that. Some tracks are smaller.
Some tracks are smaller.
Some tracks are more speed biased. Horses want to be closer to lead. Some horses it's easier to come from farther behind.
Surfaces are different.
Surfaces are different. We actually are very lucky to have a turf course and a very good main track here. Probably some of the best in the country. So we're very fortunate.
There's danger in any sport that you do. Do you think about do you have to just put the risk out of your mind, the danger element of the sport out of your mind when you're doing it, or is it ever present?
No, I think, if it is present, you probably shouldn't be doing it.
It's always in the back of your mind, but if it's in the forefront of your mind, it's time to retire.
Yeah, so it's time to go and
exactly.
Go do something else. So the season, how long is the season at Canterbury? How long does it run here?
We're here for 4 months. We start here Friday, and then
15th,
we get done,
16th?
the middle of September.
And then you go back to Oklahoma for the...
Yeah.
And are you racing all year, both of you, at different places?
Yeah,
pretty much.
I go to New Mexico. I actually rode there yesterday. Got here about 2 a.m. yesterday. So.
Oh my goodness. Okay, wow. Well, thank you for being here. My goodness. And then how many races a day? See, this is I could talk to you guys, so this fascinates me.
That can vary. On a card, there's between 9 races.
Yeah, 8, 9, 10. And then it just depends the rider.
On
how many you ride. Some riders might ride one. Some riders might ride all of them. So.
Oh my goodness. And you go back to New Mexico on this weekend?
I ride here Friday, there Saturday, Sunday, back here Monday. So.
But it's big racing.
Well, Rye, I am never complaining about travel schedules again. Everybody give it up for Lori and Rye. Racing kicks off Friday, I should say, at Canterbury Park in Shakopee. For racing information and promotions, the website's at the bottom of your screen. Head to canterburypark.com. And don't forget, if you missed a segment, we'll be posting this a little bit later on our Facebook page. Still ahead, everybody. Oprah opens up in a new interview. And let me tell you, I think I've read every interview about her. This one is one of the most fascinating I have ever read. And wait till you hear why she left 60 Minutes. It will crack you up. We'll be right back. Stay with us, everybody. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Welcome back, everybody. can't believe this. I believe it, though, because it's in the teleprompter, so it must be true. This month marks 8 years since daytime TV changed forever when Oprah Winfrey ended her iconic talk show. Wow, 8 years. I remember that day. I do. I talk about Oprah a lot on this show. I really do love her. I lived in Chicago. I watched Oprah before most of the country did when she had AM Chicago. But a new interview reveals some fascinating things about Miss O. Literally, I'm not joking. I said it in the tease. This is the cover, everybody. Oprah wants more. And she does. She wants more life. She has a lot of plans. If you thought the Oprah Winfrey Network was her last chapter, no. Oprah talked to Hollywood Reporter for their empowerment issue. Check out this cover right there. She received the Empowerment and Entertainment Award from the magazine yesterday, sharing videos, this one right here, on her Instagram page. It's all part of a new inclusion initiative, giving students more access to the business side of Hollywood. Well, in the interview, Oprah revealed that she is no longer a correspondent for 60 Minutes over there on CBS. Now, this is crazy. The reason why. She said it wasn't the best format for her, revealing she had to practice saying her name for the famous open. You know, I'm Morley Safer. I'm Leslie Stahl. You know that open. She had to practice saying her name because the producers told her that she had too much emotion when she said it. Yeah. You know it's bad when you can't even say your name right, according to the producers. Oprah said the, quote, flattening out of her personality isn't a good thing, as Martha Stewart would say. Yeah, she said she felt like she was flattening herself out. Oprah also revealed she probably won't act anymore, saying you have to do it a lot to be good at it. She just did A Wrinkle in Time. Didn't do well at the box office, but she said, hey, she got a trip to New Zealand out of it. She literally said that almost, yeah. She also said someone wanted her to do a Broadway play. She won't reveal which one, but she turned it down, yeah. Because she said whoever gets cast, she doesn't want that person to feel bad. She did reveal there's a possibility, I found this intriguing, of a new interview series as part of her new deal with Apple. It wouldn't be a daily show, but she said it could turn into a regular series, which I thought, well, there's the natural thing. I thought that's what she was going to do on OWN. Well, Oprah was also asked about being part of Leaving Neverland. Remember the much talked about documentary about Michael Jackson and, let's rephrase that. It was really about the alleged victims of Michael Jackson. Oprah interviewed the two men who accused Michael of sexual abuse. Oprah says she hasn't received that much blowback since being part of the Ellen episode in 97, where Ellen revealed she was a lesbian. She's back then, I can't even say the words that Oprah said were emailed to her, or probably back then, snail mail, after Oprah took part in that episode. She says the documentary is, that documentary isn't so much about Michael Jackson, but it really is about the issue of abuse, which I absolutely agree with. The interview ended with Oprah being asked about the fact, this is great, that she hasn't flown on a commercial airplane since April of 1991. She still remembers her last flight and a woman in the airport saying she wasn't acting like she does on TV and insisting she give the woman a hug. The woman insisted that Oprah give her a hug. Oprah called her lawyer 2 seconds later from the airport and said, I'm buying a plane. She wrote a check, yeah. She wrote a check. Oprah, this is true, Oprah wrote a a full check for $25 million for her first private jet. Oprah says, and I quote, I hate bills. She doesn't like bills, so she pays everything in cash. Yeah, I hate bills too. I ain't just whipping out $25 million. I'm telling you, if you're an Oprah fan, a fascinating read, and you could read the full interview at HollywoodReporter.com. Still ahead today, Christopher Straub is here with a great spring and summer project, tie-dyeing t-shirts. You can do it with your kids. We'll be right back with Christopher. Stay with us, everybody. Oprah wins. Welcome back to the show. Spring is a really good time for projects with the kiddos, and what better project than just tie-dye some clothes. Here were some examples of how to do it. Ladies and gentlemen, our good friend Christopher Straub.
Hey, thanks.
Hello.
Spring has sprung.
Now you were quiet about it, but I was being shamed by executive producer Jeff because we're the same age. He's slightly older, but that I've never tie-dyed before. He said that our generation, I've never tie-dyed anything.
Now you'll be able to say you did.
I know. Thank you, buddy. Thank you for not shaming me. I appreciate it. Okay, so what are we doing?
Right, and right now it's on trend, especially like I have 2 kids. They're 5 and 6 now. And so this is a project that we do together, and it's a way to customize something and then get them involved in like their own style.
Is it, you said on trend, because I rely on you, because you're all fashion-y.
Yeah, look at me go.
Is it not just with the 5 and 6-year-olds? I hear the teenagers
Absolutely
love the tie-dye
now.
Yeah.
It's funny, 90s is back, which when 90s was happening, it was 70s looking. So it's like the 70s and 90s now.
But you said that the dye is different now. Let's trade places.
Right. So the dye has kind of evolved, and the way it's done is a little bit differently than I would have done as a kid.
Okay.
And you did not do.
No, I did not do. We didn't have that in Indiana.
But I'm going to show you how to do it now.
Okay.
All right. So first, take your T-shirt and I like to all the samples that I'm showing you today I pre-wet the fabric.
You pre-wet the fabric?
Yes, I pre-wet it because I like that the coverage is a little differently when the fabric is wet.
Okay, so this is wet, everybody.
This is wet. This is wet.
The fabric.
Exactly.
Okay.
And so right now I'm going to show you the style I'm wearing, which is kind of that radial style. And
I like
then
that.
Here too. I did these with my kids, so that's why they're their size.
Okay.
All right. So take a tong.
Like a regular salad tong?
It's gonna be you can do a tong, or you can actually do like a fork.
Okay.
And it's sort of like spaghetti. So you put it in the center.
Okay.
And you rotate it.
And you
around.
Okay. Well, that's fun. I could just do that and have a good time.
Yeah, there you go. Then you're done, right?
Yeah.
So
I could just do that all day. Okay. Yeah.
So you make like this little, it's like a little
cinnamon roll.
Yeah,
a little cinnamon roll.
It's totally a cinnamon roll at this point. And then for this style that I'm going to show you now, great. We're going to put 3 rubber bands on it.
I was not a good help there.
That's fine. That's fine.
It was the thought that counts.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So 3 rubber bands, and what that's going to do is hold the T-shirt together, and also
kind of like what you do with like a Cornish hen. You know what I mean? You tie the. I don't know. Just go ahead. Keep going. You just keep going. I'm sorry.
I don't.
It's all right. You've never made a Cornish hen. That's all right.
I don't.
Yeah.
I do fabric.
Okay.
Like to cook it?
You tie like when you keep a roast.
That's
together,
not my world. No.
Yeah.
I'm making macaroni and cheese tonight for the kids. All right. So what this does is twofold. It both holds it together and it sections it off. So now we have 6 sections.
Okay. I like that.
And that's gonna be very helpful. So now put that over, like if you're baking. Hey, this is a cooking reference.
I told you.
Like, put it on like a cooling rack or something where it's elevated because you don't want.
You don't want it touching the surface.
That's right. The reservoir of the dye that drips over, you don't want it to sort of suck up in here.
Got it.
So I have 2 different colors here, and I'm gonna make you do this. All right, you need to put on these because otherwise you.
These are the biggest plastic.
They're like Mickey Mouse plastic.
Did you get these from Donald Duck? What I mean, these are.
These came in a kit.
I almost was doing a bad gesture with that glove.
Oh,
okay,
man.
anyway, yeah.
So you can get kits at Joann, you can get them at Michael's, and also the T-shirts. Like all these T-shirts was $2.50 at Joann. Bring your coupon.
There we go.
Always bring your coupon. All right, so let's give it up for coupons.
Oh yeah.
So there's 2 different ways that you can do this now, and one is you do like a bullseye, and what that's going to do is like on the finished shirt, like I'm wearing, like one color will be in the center, it'll radiate to different colors, but let me.
I want to do that.
Or you can do it like I do, that has this sort of like hurricane spiral look.
Oh, I want to do that.
Okay.
I want to do the hurricane. Yeah, I want to do the hurricane spiral.
All right. So then what you do that way is you alternate colors, like. You do one section. So we're going to take right now. This is the purple. No, it's not a lot of work.
Can I just go to Ragstock and buy it?
Oh, totally, totally.
Oh, no one likes a Ragstock. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Right. So I'm going to have you do. This is the purple. I'm going to have you do purple in this section.
Just in that little pizza pie.
Yep. And
what do I do?
Just squirt, just like ketchup. You can squirt. It's not like soy sauce. You can squeeze a little bit. Yeah. So go ahead and saturate.
Saturate it?
Yeah,
no, I'm
saturate
asking
it.
a legit question.
No,
I didn't know how much to put on.
Real.
So saturate it.
That's the fun part of this, is you can customize whatever. So now what I want you to do is go to this section, do the same thing.
This is fun, Christopher. Now I'm having fun.
Yes, because you're doing something.
Yep.
And so
I am. Okay,
so
don't squirt me though.
No, I'll try not to.
Well, let's not.
Yeah, and so I'm going to do red in my sections. Go ahead and finish off
this right
yours.
here?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, now I get why this is fun.
All right. Yeah, because you can take all your colors, you can customize it however you want. Go ahead and, you can saturate.
I fill it in? Okay.
Yeah, you can go ahead and saturate the sides so you can cover all of it.
Okay.
Or you can leave some breathing room, and that's what I did on my shirt.
That's right.
You can do this on white, you can do this on light colored shirts.
Okay.
Okay, now here's the not fun part.
Okay.
Now you have to let it sit.
For how long?
8 hours.
8? It's like a work shift.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Go to work. Go do a TV and radio show.
May I take off my Mickey Mouse gloves?
I'm going to have you do one more thing before.
Okay.
Okay, so now here.
So this sits like this, Christopher, for 8 hours.
Let it drip completely, so like maybe 10 or 20 minutes.
Okay.
Right? And then go ahead. I'm going to have you, we're going to skip that step now. Put that right in the middle there.
Okay, but when do you do this? How long?
So let it drip for like 20 minutes, just so all the things drip off.
Got it, and then transfer it to the saran wrap.
And you can do that right now, so we can just show how to do
for the
that.
magic of TV,
Exactly,
there we go.
right there. And then you can go ahead and take off those gloves.
Okay.
And then you're going to wrap this up.
I look like Dexter.
Well, and then you've got your red liquid there too. So go ahead and just set this off to the side.
Okay.
All right. 8 hours later. I didn't get any on me.
I didn't either. Yeah. Anyway, I'm surprised. Thank you. I know. So
and
8 hours.
So then what you're going to do is take off the rubber bands, wash it in the sink till the water runs dry.
Yeah.
And then you can just put it in the washer and dryer.
Okay, can you do me a favor?
Yes.
Okay, so will you take that home, and then can you send me a picture of it tonight, and I'll show it on tomorrow's show? Yeah. Because I want to see how that turns out.
Sounds good. And so then the effect is going to be like this, or you could even do that process with bleach.
Oh, I like that.
Bleach and dye, and you're going to get this kind of fire effect, which my kids are so excited to wear. But
I might do this and wear it at the Garth Brooks concert with my cowboy boots this weekend.
There you go.
We go. Yeah.
I'm going to trade places with you. I want to show you quickly two other ways to do it. So here's more of a stripe way to do it. And how you fold the fabric on that one is just lay it lengthwise this way,
and
gather it up
like that.
Rubber band, and you're going to be left with this sort of noodle, and you're going to make stripes.
So that process, but stripes.
Exactly. And then I want to show you quickly this one way. This is more technically called like shimbori.
Okay.
Which, fancy sounding. It's just folding.
Yeah.
But so we're going to fold that in half. Okay. And we want really crisp lines. So how's your folding?
Not good.
Not good? Well, then I'll do the folding for you.
Okay.
So you're going to want to go ahead and fold it to...
Oh, that is some Marie Kondo stuff right there. I don't know how to... Yeah,
so very flat, very rectangular. And then at the bottom, you're gonna do this triangle.
No, I'm out.
Go
no,
under,
I can't do that.
Wait, go
no.
under, over, and you're going to be left with this sort of like baklava looking... shape.
And then you do the same thing. You rubber band it and same process.
And then what we do is you take a little piece of cardboard.
Yeah.
And put it on the top and bottom. Saturate the sides so that the interior doesn't get dye on them. And then do the same process, and you're going to get this effect.
Oh, that's fun. Okay.
Yeah, it's really fun.
Christopher Straub, everybody. For more information, follow him on social media and search
Schmistifer.
That's right. All of his books, all of his animals, all of his stuffed animals you can find there. We'll be right back to wrap up the show. Stay with us, everybody. That's fun. I like that. Welcome back, everybody. Oh, God. Kendall joins me again. Thanks to Christopher Straub. You know, Christopher has several books, and he's out with a brand new book. We didn't get to this. Available today. And now this is the book, Animal ABCs. Now Animal ABCs. Now, Leo, stay on this shot here. Go to Eric. So Christopher's showing me this book in the break. Now look at this, everybody. You know, little animals, little thing. Christopher felt the need to tell me. He goes, Jason, this is for little kids. Yeah, I know, Christopher. I didn't think it was like a Stephen King novel, Christopher. I love it, Jason. This is for little children. Yes, Christopher. There are 4 pages, Christopher. I know, yeah. Anyway, it's a great hard book for little kids, and there's a game at the end of it. You can go to Christopher's website, you can go to Christopher's website and get this book and all of the other series in this. It's all good. All about animals being true to themselves. So there we go. Yeah.
I love animals.
I know, I do too, especially when they're in a book like this, easy to read. Tomorrow on the show, we're talking live to the Bachelor himself, Colton, and his new girlfriend. That's right, find out what they've been up to since the show ended. But right now, that's going to do it for us. Thanks to this great audience today, and thanks to you watching. If you are watching and you're a kid that's being bullied, you go out there and be yourself, because nobody can tell you you're doing it wrong. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Don't drive slow in the passing lane.